Hello and welcome back. You might notice that we are at Aurora when we left off at Nur last time. Well, that's because I decided to do a few trips of shopping and seeing if there was any officers. Unfortunately there wasn't, but there was some ships for sale. At Nern we got a few replacement carriers. There was a few ships on Lunamon and Nern that I kind of wanted, one being another prototype battleship, Husarina. And I really wanted it, but I already cut way into our budgets as it is, so we will not be doing that. I also purchased one of these prototype destroyers. They have a very fun gun attached to them called Lion's Roar Launcher, which basically sends a giant ball into the enemy, pulls them together, and then explodes them across the map. Quite entertaining. It does have friendly fire. Could be a bit of an issue. I did also some ship modifications added to built in, did not repair. We'll probably do so next time. I also changed the guns on this ship a little bit. I know it's technically meant for a specific kind of thing, but we're rocking this and see if it fluxes out. I have not run the simulation. Who knows, it might. But in the meantime, we're gonna head back to Bonus and actually continue on with the questline. Alright. Meet up with Yimie and Mizuki at the safe house. Mizuki's house lies in a secluded area of an untouched beachside. Vegetation grows wildly around her two-story house. When you arrive, she's already waiting for you by the door. All set, and let's get inside. Mizuki wastes no time on pleasantries. Now that everyone's on the same page, we got a traitor to catch. Yimie is surprised. Already? You've got to leave? Indeed, he may have gotten the jump on me aboard the Resolution, but I managed to tag him before he left. As our friend here was getting you out of prison, I connected to their comms network, found a trail leading right to him. Mizuki hands you her holopad. The signal's last transmission appears to be from the Lanan listening post. Had our opponent been anyone else, they might have found the tracker. We're lucky that the lower ranks of the Luddites are pretty much tech illiterate. Led us right back to the house base before they figured out they were being watched. We better move fast though, Mizuki said as she took her holopad. I have no doubt those rats are scurrying about, trying to get the hell out of it there before the authorities show up. Any questions? Any chance they could release to the open market? For now, no. Judging by their most recent comm chatter, they're not willing to do anyone any favors. The cell responsible would rather keep the prize for themselves, which means they're going to have to run. We have time while they're gathering all their resources before pulling out, but the window is closing. Guess I don't need to monitor the market anymore. The drive back to your ship's smoothly matched only by the silence of two women in the back. Your crew quickly prepare their departure. Back to the Aurorian system, always. As you arrive, a large amount of Panther ships emerge from the station, forming a significant fleet. They shadow your ships and block your approach. Your fleet then receives a video transmission on an open channel. Even your efforts to halt the will of Lud cannot be ignored. Your assistance to those who would conspire with and harbor those soulless abominations is abhorrent and vile. Truly, Lud tests us in excruciating ways. We shall keep our faith, foul heathen, and take peace in your demise. What do we got to deal with? Hey, that's not fair. They're using UAF ships that I want. That would probably also get destroyed under my command, but that's not the point. Engage the traitor.
I didn't hear no bell.
Never bet against. System Governor too. Nice. I feel like that's a good reward for what just happened. Holy. Alright, consider ship recovery. Yeah, everything. And as a trophy, I'll be taking theirs too, because screw that. With any would-be escapees now spaced or stranded, you turn your attention to the listening post itself. Your bridge crew inform you that Yimie and Mizuki have already descended with firing teams during the naval engagement. Thanks for not waiting. Proceed down to the station. I do like to actually organize my fleets, even if, primarily, they're all destroyed. Even if they all have the unfortunate aspect of kind of being absolutely annihilated. We'll mothball you. You're actually being piloted. We'll mothball you too as well. And you too, since you don't actually have proper ordnance points. We don't have officers at the moment to actually utilize any of the leadership skills. I'm thinking hull damage taking would be great after what just happened. You head towards Luna's docking area, and after navigating towards the approaching areas, find Mizuki watching Yimie crawl over a strike craft parked in a newly unsealed fighter bay. Hey, Mizuki calls out to you with a bit of pride. You're finally here. We got here just in time too. It looks like they were packing up the Hyper Aria prototype when they learned we were onto them. Yimie's giving her a once-over before we retrieve her to make sure nothing's missing. In the meantime, we better do a sweep before we leave. You may have to put the fleet out of action, but there should still... Look out! Ooh, that's a nice art. I think... Is that base game or is that UAF? It's really nice. Yimie cries out from behind the craft. Turning, you see she scrambling towards you as gunfire rings out from the far side of the hangar. You, Mizuki, and your security team spring into action. For several minutes, you trade fire with what seems to be an endless amount of Pathers. At some point, you stop keeping count of how many you've gunned down, moving from one to the next. Thankfully, you and your team get the upper hand and begin to advance on the enemy. Sensing the shift in battle, the enemy makes a break for the last remaining frigate on the station. As it takes off, your ship opens fire on it. A lucky shot clips the engine, yet it manages to take cover in a nearby asteroid belt. It won't be long before it escapes. Returning your attention to your surroundings, you find that most of your casualties are minor, save for Mizuki. From your cursory glance, you see 2 shots in the chest. She needs surgery. You look for Yimie, finding her fuming. Before you can call out to her, she immediately jumps to the cockpit of a Super Harrier in order to pursue the freighter. You reach for your comlink, connecting to her as she begins to pre-flight checks, or even taking them back to the flagship, telling you to shoot down the stragglers. Order her to get her to the flagship. You call out for a medic before trying to stem the bleeding. Yimie, listen to me. Mizuki's been hit. I need you to take her back to the flagship. You apply pressure on the wound, doing your best to stem the bleeding. She pauses. Do you know what you're asking me? Yeah, I do. I'm telling you to save someone's life instead of murdering the assholes that we'll kill later anyway. Yimie understandably grumbles. Mizuki is quickly stabilized and loaded into the weapons system officer's seat behind Yimie, and she quickly takes off and rejoins the fleet. You better open me a bar tab when we get back. I probably shouldn't be sipping coffee while trying to read. It's not exactly good for hydrating yourself. Thanks to Yimie's immediate assistance, Mizuki gets timely surgical treatment. The rest of your armed forces secure the Pather facilities and make a clean sweep of the area. Your engineering team soon follow them for sensitive site exploration procedures. Within an hour, all data devices are retrieved, which you cannot take with you is properly and thoroughly disposed of. After having a debrief with your officers, you plan your next move. Let us visit... We should probably visit the person who just got shot first, I feel like. Mizuki opens her eyes when she hears you come in. Captain Archibald Koro. We really ought to stop meeting like this. Seems I have to thank you for saving my life once again. Well, to be fair, the first time we met, you were the one with the explosive device. The second time we were talking, yeah, Yimie was about to shoot you dead. This time, Yimie was the one who saved you, and I just stemmed bleeding. So I think it all evens out. I think though the common denominator seems so. Curious, you ask half jokingly. So, what reward do I get? Running a fleet can't be done on charity alone. You know this better than anyone. Mizuki scoffs. Well, aren't you the avarice one? For a brief moment, you think you see her smile. Seriously, we can discuss compensation when I get out of this damn bed. No? Yimie! Asking around for Yimie leads you to the hangar. As she talks to your maintainers before what the prototype needs, you see an enthusiasm and peace that suits her quite well. As she goes over the cockpit, no doubt making micro adjustments to suit her style. You call out to her, "Boss!" She jumps down from the cockpit, landing towards you. Isn't she a beauty? She gestures to the fighter, clearly mesmerized. She's one of the fastest baddies in the fleet, with the fireworks to match. She can't stop gushing about its turning speed, armaments, security features, and more besides. After a few minutes of this, she catches herself. She tucks a strand behind her ear, clearly embarrassed. So what brings you here? I'm gonna go with 2. I feel like that's the more personal one. She looks away, tugging at her. Ahem, well, as you can see, I'm fine. Her bashful face is red, her blue eyes unable to meet yours. Clearly, you say. Just because you saved my ass doesn't mean you get the privilege of poking fun at me, she says, poking at your chest. By the time you register the kiss on your cheek, it's already over. Consider that a thank you, asshole. I love the kind of woman who could literally just kill me. With the site fully processed, you order your crew to head back to Nur, while simultaneously preparing to contact them with your initial report. In fact, while Vermilion Station's right next to the jump, I would like to ask for promotion. So we can get Planetary Governor, we can get System Governor, and we are so close to Grand Moff. It's almost there. Yes, I am aware of this. I shall serve. Now we are a System Governor. I can colonize 2 planets. Nice. Your fleet approaches an urn. After making contact with your superiors, they respond with commendations and accolades for you and the 2 central officers in this incident. Though a remnant of Pather's cell responsible remains at large, you prevented the technical data and the prototypes from falling into their hands. During what the top brass is calling the Resolution Incident, you helped clear Yumi Thompson's name with Mizuki. Both officers are now undergoing reassignment. As for rewarding your part in this matter, UAF High Command struggles with considering how to address your choice not to turn in a person of interest during an ongoing investigation, as well as obtaining confidential military secrets. A generous sum of hush money in the form of material reimbursement is transferred to you in exchange for your silence. As for the Hyper Aria prototypes, can't exactly put spilled milk back into a broken glass. So as part of the compensation package, you will be allowed to retain the prototypes you secured, though its maintenance will also be solely your responsibility, said Omiko, Alexandra's liaison officer. Just remember to send us back the flight data and be discreet about its specifications. This concludes our business, Captain. Hyper Aria, the experimental fighter LPC acquired. Hey! Heard one of your fancy new planes needs a crack shot pilot. Try not to get me killed, Starfarer. Captain Mizuki, she says to the aviation officer. Lieutenant Yimie, she says to the pilot. Have you got my back, so long as you have the Aurorians? In any case, we have Archvon to help mediate. Agreed. The 2 women eye you curiously. Do your best, Starfarer. You successfully recruited Yimie and Mizuki to your crew. Wow, I'm actually giddy. That's the first time in, ages. I've never felt giddy in a game, the past several years. I don't remember the last time I was giddy about anything. Anyway, ask about Yimie's mission history and combat. Her main thing is fighters, so I need to get her a fighter. A proper carrier, not those ones I keep getting destroyed carriers. I mean proper carriers. And Zuki's, hers is advanced doctrine support. I forget what her specific ship is, but I think hers is also a similar form of fighter as well. Yeah, I can't have them piloting these. These are garbage. No offense to anyone who likes them, but they keep blowing up, which is probably my fault, but Probably have to go to Lunamon. Let's actually see about selling some of these. Oh, I didn't even mothball you, so actually we can work with this though. And we'll go with multi, or we could go with Arias. I feel like these Arias kind of go with these hyper Arias, so we'll go with that. Congratulations on your new ship. It costs way too much to restore that, so we are not doing that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what a good fit for this is, but I'm gonna go with this for Yimie. Mostly it's point defense with some suppression missiles. Oh, I did forget to one at the front. That should be fine. Which now brings up the real problem. I'm thinking we unmothball this one. We sell these two, which are extremely damaged. This one also has 2, so we'll put you down. This craft, I'm thinking we sell it as well, even though it's only 2D mods. Now, that said, it has damaged flight deck, but only has 1 fighter bay. We could probably give this to Mizuki, I feel like. Let's give it to her. We will keep our little destroyer friend. We will get rid of these 2 little guys because they serve their purpose, I feel like. Now, I am just going to go with the auto fit for this one for right now, which I probably will bite me in the rear for that, but it will be fine. So let's repair our ships. Everything is mostly good. Some of them could use a little elbow grease, but it's fine. Oh, I did forget about to unmothball that one. And now we can be ready to head on to the next mission. Though I am a little concerned about our fleet size. I feel like the addition of a capital is going to shift things better, even though I did not properly fit this myself. I also did forget to add the custom AI. Actually, what I think we'll do real quick is we will grab... There would happen to be... Wow, there's actually more Hyper Arias in here? Well, we might as well buy those for Yimie. We'll buy one of these. And we'll save our rest for now. We just want to grab... Transfer those two, get some of our credits back. I'm not saying I have a favorite officer, but if I did, it would be very obvious. There would be signs. Alright, we're gonna colonize this planet real quick now that we can have 2 established colony. Now, here's the kicker. I don't actually think we'll use this. We're gonna use the standardized plan, solely because we do need to extract these minerals. So this will actually be a deficit to us. This is actually not good. We also don't want Pathers to have an easier time on our colonies. And even if it does give reduced maintenance and a good synergy, it's not going to help us long term, I feel. All right. And with that, we have another colony. Nice, nice, nice. We will immediately begin by adding the industries for resource extraction. And we'll immediately then also get smelting underway. Is what I would say, if we had the finance. Now, we do need to have hazard pay, so that will give us a negative in terms of our credit monthly balance. So we will have to run a few contracts, unfortunately. Our actual monthly balance is 107 still, so actually we're doing pretty good. We might only need to take 1 commission. Okay, let's scratch the idea and actually begin the next quest line, since our monthly is actually pretty good. Alright, take a shuttle down to the bar. Enter the VIP section. A nice secluded spot just outside the bar grants you a breathtaking view over New November City spaceport. With a drink in hand, you admire its surrounding coastal cityscape and inviting waters. As you take a sip from your beverage, you are approached by a lone man with a well-worn uniform. Good afternoon, I see this place calls to you too. Comfortable? It used to be my favorite spot too. Nothing beats a view quite like this, The man looked towards the spaceport as he leaned on the railing. Tell you what, may I invite you upstairs? I have something I would like to discuss with you, but not here. You glance at your tripod, and you have time to kill, so why not? You agree and decide to follow him to the VIP section upstairs. There is a beautifully dressed Nuko waitress guarding the entrance to the VIP level. It requests verification from you and your companion. He pulls out a red keycard and shows it to the android. Do not worry about it, friend. Consider this professional courtesy. He smiles and nods. welcoming you in as the android stands aside. Inside, a female officer waves at both of you to come over. Hello there. Pleased to meet you, ma'am. Let's be a little formal, I guess. Whoa there, kind sir. We only just met and you're already calling me madam? The golden-haired woman can't help but laugh. No need to be so formal with me, Captain. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Vice Admiral Nagy of the 3rd Misthaven Fleet. This is my colleague, Commodore Lyra, one of our very best. She has her own command, the 1st Cruiser Squadron Lion. You shake hands with them and exchange pleasantries before taking your seat around the table. Your new acquaintances converse with you, giving you your general objectives. It sounds like an escort and hunt mission. Oh, by the way, I'm afraid I can't really share any further details from this point on due to the nature of this mission. However, if you need to think this through or time to finish your pending task, we understand. Thankfully, it is not time sensitive yet. The Vice Admiral briefly gives a dark expression before giving you his best smile. I'm ready. I can do anything. Take on the entire sector by myself. Nagy instructs you can clear the room and give you three some privacy. Beachside window shutters close down and doors lock automatically after the android secures the floor. The mood in the air immediately thickens with tension. The jovial atmosphere has completely evaporated. We have confirmed sightings of the target fleet. They are currently lingering around Calvia. They were last spotted coming in from the Flashpoint corridor at the far edge of this quadrant of the Cali system. The Commodore is shocked when she hears it, her eyes widening. Cali, that close? How come Stracom failed to notify us much sooner? Nagy goes through the pages again and again, double-checking between the past and present intel reports. Stracom didn't fail us. I'm sure they're as clueless as us. Persephone wouldn't allow such a mistake. Lyra asks with a raised eyebrow, then what about Solveria? Is she aware of such a threat being so close to New Aurora? Nagy furrows his brow in suspicion. As far as I'm aware, the warrior princess was not aware of this. She would have said something to me a long time ago if she knew. So far, only you, the Spacefarer, and I know about this. Something isn't right, but we can't risk alerting the others at the risk of intelligence leaks. I'm afraid we're unable to share any more than that. I'm sorry, but this is for the sake of everyone's safety. I can't afford to risk it when there's a serious concern over internal security matters. At the very least, when this is all over, I promise that we'll be having a debriefing later. He says regrettably, it seems your inquiries must stop here for now. We will leave that to Commodore Lyra. I have already overstayed my welcome and I must return to the office. Thank you for agreeing to help us, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. Good luck to both of you. The Vice Admiral stands up before packing things back into his briefcase. The whole room is lit back up by sunlight, and the air feels lighter as doors and windows open again. He tips his hat before leaving. Well then, Starfarer, you might want to double check if your point defenses are up and ready. Aurorian ships are typically armed with a hybrid of missiles and ballistic weaponry. We don't use local technologies in mass in order to avoid straining our already overwhelming logistics. Some like you may prefer to, as they say, screw around and find out, right? No pain, no gain. Lyra shrugs. After giving her suggestions, she seems somewhat envious of your ability to mix and match equipment with your ships. Give me a few days to get ready. I'll link up with you in space before we march on. You finish your drink before saying your goodbyes, leaving Lyra alone to enjoy the sunset. You also inform your executive officer to be on high alert just in case you're hosting a saboteur within your ranks. And now, we go to the ship. Open a comms link. Greetings, Captain. Stay focused and locked in. Don't stray too far from my fleet. We don't know exactly what to expect out there, so keep each other within reasonable detection is vital. So this will be a nice game of just clicking and tapping along. Everyone loves escort missions. Nothing beats an escort mission. Escort missions are my favorites. Though I am curious, where the heck are we? We're like really far out. This question's been bugged by chance. Is this a trap? Are you leading me into a trap? Ooh, got something? You gonna head straight to it, or are we just gonna lollygag over here? It's right here. It's right there. It's right there. Just keep going. You're almost there. Ira and her salvage team have started their investigation. We're going through the wreckage, trying to find out exactly what happened here between you and me. This place is giving my salvage crews the chills. We receive an incoming transmission from Commodore Lyra. She is requesting to establish comms. After accepting the requests, Commodore Laura? This is probably another name that I'm actually messing up the pronunciation of. But anyway, it appears on your comm screen, clearly unsettled. Captain, here's the initial findings we've gathered from the wreckage. The recovered samples of the shipwrecks have strange properties, according to our salvage team. They couldn't definitively articulate what made the samples so special, but my science guys are scratching their heads so hard they're going bald. She pauses for a bit before continuing. Scanners have detected unknown materials present on the wrecks. My researchers are doing their best, but they need more specialized equipment before. Therefore, she is interrupted by someone's voice coming from out of frame. Confirm. The earlier voice responds back. Sensors just picked up something into the debris field. Looks like a ship. Can't be right. What's wrong? That ship, I recognize it. It's the UAFS Yimie. But we've seen her wreck. I have eyes on it right now. This other one is fully intact, brand new in fact. It's just adrift for now, but it's maintaining power. Someone yells from the background, is about to respond when another voice calls out, and another. You make out the words "new contact" in the din. A combat officer just reported a surge of energy coming from the central area of the debris field. We're getting new contacts out of nowhere. Something's not right. The IFF says it's the missing fleet. All escorts present and accounted for, but they're not responding to comms. What's going on? Maybe it's the survivors? That can't be right. The ship signatures are unique to UAF Yimie and its escorts. Their wrecks have been drifting here for the past few days. How these unknown contacts are bearing the same signature places her hand on her chin as she tries to make sense of the situation. A loud blaring noise is heard on the Commodore's bridge. Captain, the unknown fleet is moving fast towards our location. I don't know what's going on, but you better be ready to back me up. Prepare your fleet for possible hostile encounter. Let's go! Well, that's an interesting soundtrack. I like this. Kind of feels like a JRPG soundtrack that you'd hear, like the first time we were actually given access to the open world field to start fighting things. Kind of like it. Join the pursuits! Second commands. I trust you implicitly. Destroy them. Salvage everything. Thank you. There, did that fix it? There we go. Attention, this is the UAFS Omega Linus of the Static Squadron. We've losses. Are proceeding to get back to home port. Repeat, we're heading towards New Aurora. The signals are scrambled but readable. At least they're alive for now. It's time to retreat and analyze. Please, just go to the jump point already. The jump point's right there. Just please go in it already. There you go. Now you got it. You're almost there. You can do it, I believe. Come on. No. Don't turn around. Just don't. Come on, you can do it. You're right here. It's right here. Please, come on. Please, for the love of God. Jump in the hole. No, you're going further away. Just jump in the hole. There we go, finally. Oh, you two are new. One-armed mantis, vengeful crow. The Vice Admiral Nagy has been waiting to debrief you in person. However, he is not alone, as there are two new faces in white uniforms sitting together alongside him. It looks as if they have been expecting you. The man studies you with eyes deeply set by exhaustion. Aurora also arrives shortly after you. Her tightly clenched fist tells you she is still unsettled by the previous battle. Starfarer, I'd like to introduce you to the man in white, interrupts Nagy as he raises his hand, his stern eyes signaling the Vice Admiral to stop. Vice Admiral, I will take over from here. My name is Crow, and this is my superior, Mantis. We are interested to hear your report regarding the latest encounter that took place in the neighboring Kali star system. What's with the nicknames? Okay, let's not ask that question. That's a stupid question. Stupid questions get one shot in the back. Hello, beautiful. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. It'd be really funny to do it. Ooh. Okay, let's try that again. Present your reports. Wow, such a remarkable improvement. You put down the tripod and slide it over to the stern man first. Crow takes it and carefully examines the report, one page at a time. Mantis lowers her head, her eyes hidden by the visor of her cap. The tripod changes hands. Aside from Mantis, everyone takes their eventual turn. They look at each other and nod before proceeding. Crow's voice was slightly coarse on the ears. As we suspected, this is yet another isolated but connected case related to the aforementioned threat. It may seem rather benign at first. Ordinary vessels crewed by human flesh and blood, they are not. You may also recognize the men and women who served on those ships, but they are not who you think they are. They have been officially designated for this deceitful enemy. We call them mimics. No one is shocked at the calmly delivered revelation. From what we currently have, thanks to the combined efforts of Persephone's Stracom and Empress's Anacom, along with other notable contributors, we should be able to detect patterns that could aid us in the future. Towards that end, we are hard at work acquiring more data and resources. One thing is for certain, we are no longer safe out here at the fringe of the Persian sector. Admiral Amy raises a question. Could these entities be some variant of the Remnant, or the new threats that come from the abyssal shore beyond the Kali system? The holographic display lightens up, showing the mapped regions around Aurorian space. He points his finger towards the western side of Kali. No, it can't be. Laura shakes her head, recalling the fight. They may have been ghostly, but they fought like we did, UAF doctrine at its basics. The Commodore is correct. They are something different. An an entity that can accurately replicate technology and organisms indistinguishable from the originals has found its way here. Crow's voice is cold and callous. Mantis raises her head, revealing a cold stare. Her dark blue eyes are placid, gazing towards an unknown horizon. An uneasy sound keeps the atmosphere cold. Vice Admiral Nagy was the first to break the silence. Well, it would seem we have our work cut out for us, ladies and gentlemen. I must be getting back. Commodore, shall I give you a lift back to your quarters? Lyra nodded slowly. Yeah, I need more hours in the simulator. Commodore was shaken, but she definitely had the fire retribution in her eyes. The two made their exit. With the briefing concluded, you stood to follow them out. Starfarer, a word. Crow's words are polite, but his cold tone leaves no room for refusal. As you can see, the Federation's survival may depend on how much we can learn from these extraterrestrial threats. However, we've deemed it appropriate to enact an information blackout on the topic. Avoiding panic among our ranks and the public is vital at this time. Thus, you will report to me directly for further assignments, and you will be compensated for your efforts. Crow whispered something to Mantis' ear. She gives a nod in response. Crow gestures his hand to the door, giving you permission to leave. That'll be all, Starfarer. As you near your craft, you see someone waiting for you. The Commodore seems to have regained her bravado. Just thought I'd see you off. Might be a while before we see each other again. Thanks for having my back out there. Couldn't have done it without you. Ah, that reminds me. What did you think of Aurora? I do hope the prototype fulfilled its role. Do feel free to submit your feedback to this address in Nova Drive Yards. She'll see what she can do. You hear a chime from your personal terminal. The address at Nova Drive Yards leads to a building off the main thoroughfare. Perhaps you'll remember to pass by one day. Reminding herself, she clears her throat. Anyway, just wanted to say thanks for pulling me out of the fire. Since talk is cheap, I left something special for you back with your crew. Take care out there. I'll be seeing you. Lyra gives you a warm handshake before letting you be on your way. Maybe I'll break some arrows on the way back. You raise an eyebrow at the Commodore's back, wondering if you heard her correctly. Probably one of those Aurorian idioms. We got another destroyer prototype. And we got Vengeful Crow as a contact. Nice. And he's available on LunaLib. Noted. Looks like there is a attempt to make contact with your fleets. That is the... I don't think I've seen that model of Nekomata. The other fleet assumes a neutral position. It's aware of your identity. Attempt to make contact. This is new. Black Sorceress. Subject identification confirmed. Codename Starfarer. Greetings. The Automata Expeditionary Division has taken note of your presence. We will commence observation and record your actions. The Empress finds you to be interesting. Ending transmission. Your bridge crew confirms the transmission's end and identifies its source. A small series of shadows on your screen suddenly begin to move. It seems that the fleet was already departing from orbit. The comm channel ends as it came. The stealthy fleet continues to hold position, watching. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back here. Nia! Spark a conversation. I would like access. I don't actually want the affiliate program. I was kind of hoping I could get, I could talk to the, Queen and then get access to Nekomata. I'm just saying. Okay, well, we lost track of the Nekomatas. Let's try out the Nova Yards. Is this where our next... Okay, first contact onto Lunamon. That's all we need to do to get the next part started. After landing, you run into Crow and Mantis. The man greets you with a soft acknowledgement before speaking. It seemed apt to mention that your entry and egress times via Callie's Gate have been logged. As far as we are aware, no other group or individual is capable of such mode of transportation. Not even the big three. We shall remember this unexpected development. Saying what he needed to say, he gives you a nod before leaving, linking up with Mantis at the turn of the walkway, disappearing from view. Be on your way to the docks. So I guess we just have to do missions with him now, is my assumption. Hey, we finally have an officer we can hire. I don't care really what you could do, you're cautious. You know what? I can work with that, you're hired. I need more officers, I'm not gonna complain. I still don't have access to. Alright, but I think that's where we'll leave it off for this episode. It is quite nice that we got more officers. We've got Yimie, or Yimie, however it's pronounced. We have Mizuki, we have another capital, free of charge from our friends at the Luddic Path. And every other idiot that keeps dropping their ships. Unfortunately, I'm the idiot who keeps destroying my ships, so. But yeah, I think next we'll start doing some contracts for Crow, see what their deal is. Hopefully eventually get access to the Necromatas, and also we'll probably be doing a lot of confectionery runs. Now that we have nearly 1 million down, I'll probably spend a little bit of that on making a refinery over at our new colony, Aria. And yeah, until next time, fly safe.